aka Bernadette. I'm so excited! And apparently Chester is too. Y'all, I'm just preparing you now. He is going to bark his full head off all day long, and there's little I can do about it, so if you'll bear with me. But thank you so much for coming today. It's a very, very special live. We are celebrating my good friend Tracee Dunblazer. She's been on with me, and there he is, big moose that he is. Now you guys get to see Chester. I don't know why he's ghosting like that. That's so bizarre. Anyway, she's been with me the last, 4 or 5 shows, and she's introduced you all to her crystal altar cards that are also an oracle pack. Today is the start of her Kickstarter. It begins in literally, it should begin right now. I hope she opened the doors to it. I'm waiting on her to jump on this live, and we are going to support her in her Kickstarter. I know that a number of you have pre-signed up for when all of this starts. I'm super, super excited for her. You all have been so gracious to me on my Kickstarters. And if we haven't met yet, again, I'm Bernadette King. I am the creator and publisher of the award-winning, history-making Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. And also, I am the creator and publisher of the now award-winning, because if you haven't heard, we won a Nautilus Award. Y'all, a Nautilus Award. I don't even have a Nautilus Award, right? Okay. And this is the book, the Wisdom of the Wild Ones, the Encyclopedia of Animal Spirit Guides. It is the most comprehensive, biggest anything having to do with spirit, totem, and power animals anywhere, or animal spirit guides anywhere in the world. No joke. It's 726 pages, full color. 300 animals, lots of other things in it. But again, that's just to introduce you to me. I want to say thank you so much to Teapot. Hello, Teapot. You guys think Teapot, without her, I don't even know. I don't even know how this thing would operate, honest to goodness. And so I'm so glad to see you here. Tracy's here. It's Kickstarter. Oh, she's got her shaman shawl on, and she's all pinked up with all the love and all the everything. I am going to plot the link for her Kickstarter here in the chat. And Tracee, take the floor. Whatever you want to say about your. Oh, thank you, Zenjo. Thank you so much for the donation. Here is the link to Tracee's Kickstarter, and it is her floor. I'm just going to sit here and watch the magic unfold. And the one thing I will say is, y'all, please, we are wanting to. We are doing it. We are going to reach her funding goal in the first hour. For those of you that have run a Kickstarter, that want to run a Kickstarter, let me just tell you that Kickstarter has this little thing. They don't tell you they do, but they do. And if you reach your funding goal within the first hour of being there, they're like, oh, who are these people? And then their algorithm starts to crawl all your stuff, and you might get awarded a Projects We Love, which bumps you up in their search engines, which means, when people, their search engines. So take it away, Tracee. Let's get this funded in the first hour. Hell, let's get it funded in the first half an hour. Let's do this right now.
Woo, woo, woo.
Go, Tracee.
Holy Mother of God. So it has been quite a morning. We are here to talk about your Crystal Allies, the 44 Sacred Altar Cards and Oracle set, which is right here.
Right. Let me just interrupt real quickly. I'm sorry, Tracee. I did not do a bait and switch, y'all. You will have readings today. We just want to introduce what's happening and then keep introducing it through the so there you go. Okay, just to let you know.
Oh yeah, we're doing joint readings like we always do.
Yeah,
because that's so much fun. And I'm going to be using the altar.
Easy for you to say.
Altar/Oracle cards. So I just want to give you just a little background. This is it's an amazing 5x7 deck, 5x7 card with a 200-page guidebook. and it gives you basic information. These are mock-ups of the cards. I don't have them yet. That's what the Kickstarter is for. But I have, this is the quality of the printing, the quality of the paper is accurate. I put those two things together and created this mock-up of the deck, but it's got 44 cards, 40 crystal cards, and four, what do you call them? Crystal grids that you can use for your reading. And I'm looking for one of those. We'll find one as we go along. Is this all there is? I don't know what you mean by that. Yes. So if you, Rhonda, if you would like to have, I don't know if you're saying you want a card deck or you want a reading, but you want to stay tuned for the stay tuned for the readings and go to Kickstarter. And they're going to put the link in here, but it's / Your Crystal Allies. So go there right now. I just made it live. You guys were with me as I clicked that button.
Yep, here's the link. And if you're new here, let me explain you how this works. So on my channel, readings are always free. Of course, when someone donates, I definitely give them a reading. And the reason for that is everything that I do on this channel, 50% of anything I make goes to support the animal charities that I support. And for those of you that do know me, you know that those animal charities are very specific to the ones that are working to end animal cruelty. So, for instance, bile bear farming, farm animals, factory animals, let me just leave it at that. And I will always find independent, smaller independent people to donate to that are really doing great things for animals, but may not have a big corporation in a name. Like a couple of years ago, we donated during the tornadoes in Kentucky. We donated over $3,000 to a place whose name that I still can't pronounce. I'll pull it up here shortly. And they had become the epicenter for everybody in that area within like a 100-mile radius that was finding injured animals and dropping off food, picking up food. They were just a regular family, and they were doing the work of like 200 people. It was absolutely unbelievable. And for some reason, I can't think of the name of their Mochizo, MOCISO. I regularly donate to Gentle Carousel. They do a lot of they're equine therapy, but they work with miniature horses. They've been around for 20 years. You might know Magic, the Wonder Horse, the Hero Horse. She's been awarded, my God, I can't even think of the awards that she's gotten in the places that they've taken their horses, all to bring comfort and love when people most need it during tragedies. But recently, they've started educating in our area. They do a lot of school reading programs, and they're educating about treating animals kindly and humanely, and they're getting to the kids before the kids can get to abuse or not being so conscious of our four-legged critters and that kind of thing. So anyway, without going on about me, all right, so let's get started. Teapot, again, thank you so very much. It is such a pleasure to see you here today. And let's see, we're going to start with it was Zenjo, I believe, that was the first one to donate. So Tracee, if you want to focus on Zenjo and pull a card for her, then I will also pull a card, and we will see what happens today. Oh, that's right, it's Beltane today. Happy Beltane, everybody.
It is. I know. Mayday.
Oh my gosh, you guys are pouring in the donations. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, Zenjo. We pulled the equilibrium card for you. This is Mongolian quartz.
Wow.
And Mongolian quartz is such an amazing... Mongolian quartz comes from Inner Mongolia, and it's quartz usually crusted with calcite, or it's got bits of hematite or other minerals on top of it, rather than included in it. And this is a very powerful stone. And Zenjo, I believe that it's connecting with you in terms of the emotions that you're processing right now, and you're connecting with other people who are also processing a lot of emotion, and you might be very ultra sensitive or empathic right now and taking on some of those more dense emotions. And so you've got to This is about finding a way every day to find your equilibrium and to connect to those things that you value most and get what you need first, and then make yourself uh, available to others to assist or to be conscientious about how you are in fact assisting them. So I hope that makes sense to you, Zenjo.
Um, so that's very interesting. Tracee and I have had we're buds, but this is really the first time that we've worked together, and in this past, couple weeks where we've worked together doing these tandem readings in the way that we have, and it's just so fascinating to me. Uh, the conclusion that I've come to is, at the end of the day, when everybody says, "Hey, every living thing is connected," yeah, it is. Because there she sits with her oracle cards. There she sits with her beautiful oracle altar card crystal deck, and there are some really unusual crystals in there. It's one of the things that drew me to it, because I'm not a crystal hound like so many people are. It is kind of odd that I would introduce a crystal person on my animal psychic mediumship channel, whatever. But Tracee's been doing amazing psychic mediumship for, God, probably maybe a couple of years. Well, you're younger than I am, so anyway, a really long time.
25 years.
Pardon?
25 years.
And there you have it. So, and clearly she started when she was 2. So all of that said, I just was mesmerized by these cards. They're just such a cut above, and such a wonderful idea of having the altar card and not just a deck of cards. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but long story short, the crystals and the animals have really synced up, and this is really no different, because what I've done for you, Zenjo, is do some bibliomancy. So I'm working with my book, and bibliomancy, for you all that are not familiar with that form of divination, is you can grab any book that strikes your little fancy. You walk by and you're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna work with that book," and you set an intention, ask a question, and then you just intuitively feel the page that is open, that you want to open. You open it, and then you just run your finger along automatically to the place that you feel like is going to be a message for you. Well, in this case, it's the animal. And what really gets me about this animal for you is, you were talking about equilibrium, and I kept wanting to go to the back of the book. Pardon?
Sheena pledged. I think she was our first pledge.
Yay! Sheena, we love you. Who are you, Sheena?
Sheena Smith.
Okay. Dang it, I'm refreshing. It's not showing on mine, but it may take a second to refresh, or it might be my browser. But yay, go Sheena, go everybody. We've got to fund this in the first hour. It's only $2,500. There are bunches of people signed up early to let y'all know. Let's get it done for Tracee, y'all. So here's the thing, Zenjo. I just feel like you feel like you're always at the back of the line, because the weasel is at the very back of the book. It's a W, right? There, all the animals are in alphabetical order. And I just feel like you feel like you bring up the rear a lot, and that doesn't have to be true. And it's time for you to, you're talking about that equilibrium. Get yourself somewhere up here in the middle portion. Work on getting rid of that feeling of unworthiness, or just maybe you might feel like, well, you're not smart enough or capable enough to keep up with others. None of those things are true. Stop telling yourself that. The other thing is that weasels have such an awful connotation, because they're thought of as sneaky and wily, and they're always up to no good. And that's also not true. That can be true, but they definitely, as a spirit animal, can come to you when it's time for you to start looking in the nooks and crannies of your life, and knowing that you can fit in wherever you want to fit in. Because God knows, weasels, they can fold their body. They can flatten it almost like a piece of paper. It's the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Wow. Very much like otters. And so, and they're sweet, and they're playful, and they're very vocal. There's just a lot of really beautiful things to say about them. And public opinion be damned. And what that means is, it's kind of like the public opinion. I don't have any data for this, but I would venture a guess that most people think that the extra hump on a camel is used to hold water. It's not. It's used to hold fat for long distances, but that is public opinion, and so people think that. That is not true. So public opinion be damned. Your opinion is the only one that matters, and that's that. But I would invite you to get to the place where you only care about your opinion. Senjo, I hope that's helpful. All right, you guys, let's go. Tracee, what are you seeing on your something? It's got to be the browser. I'm going to switch browsers because I'm not seeing the pledges yet. It's got like 0. And
Yeah,
I know
mine's coming up 0 too, and I'm on Chrome. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so now we have one backer.
Yay! And that's how it starts. That's how it starts. Yes, it does. All right. I'm going to go, Tracee, I'm going to go into the dashboard, and that's going to probably have better data. I'm going to watch the dashboard. Yep, one backer. There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And all right, let's go, you guys. We've got an hour, and that's only 50 more minutes, so let's get going. All right, so let's see. My wife and I are going through separation. Dr. Nosa. Okay, let me also say this. For those of you that are new, that do not know me, I am not going to put things on there like, I'm drawn to you. Message me for your free reading. I'm not going to do that. None of my people are going to do that. The only people that do that are scammer, bo-bammers. So, all right, let's see. Who's the next one here? Kimberly Lennon Freery. Yay! All right, let's go. Let's go, you all. What do you got for Kimberly Lennon Freery? Ooh, my stomach just flip-flopped for her. In a good way, but it just went bloop, bloop. Okay, go on ahead with your bad self, Tracee.
Who is this for? Because I pulled the card, but I didn't get the name.
Kimberly Lennon Freery.
Okay. So Kimberly, I pulled for you fluorite, and this is a beautiful green crystal fluorite. And the key word for this, or one of the many, is mindfulness. And the message that I'm getting for you from fluorite has more to do with mindfulness, yes, but focus. How much you focus, how connected you are and present you are in any given situation. And it's because I feel like you're a little scattered right now and kind of all over the place. And so this is asking you to start a new ritual where you tune in to yourself, that you make the effort to take a deep breath, no matter what's going on. If you're feeling distracted or discombobulated, take a deep breath, connect into what you need in that moment, and then put yourself in a position to take action or whatever. Because right now, I feel like you're ping pong balling, back and forth, you're all over the place, and you really need to kind of ground in and focus. Take a little more time, take a little deeper breath, and be crystal clear about the choice that you make. You can always undo anything that you do, pretty much, meaning you can start again and redo something. But this is saying you don't really need to be doing that. Now is not the time for that. Now is the time to be very deliberate in your action. So that is the message. Be deliberate in your action. Took me a minute, but I got there.
Be deliberate in your action. I love that. Okay. All right. I'm looking away, so nobody.
Look away. Look away.
That is so fascinating. What are the words that you just used, Tracee?
Be deliberate in your action.
Right. So I'm going to read from my own book, because the words here are so specific, and they matter so much because of the specificity. Listen to this.
Yeah.
When Goose swoops into your life as a spirit animal, it may try to guide you toward a wish or treasure. as you travel your path, there are times you get close to a universal truth but are in danger from distraction. Goose provides focus so you don't miss the opportunity to live in bliss. So, duck, duck, goose, baby, you're it. So,
duck, goose, yes.
I don't know what else to tell you except for we found the most amazing photo of the most amazing goose. And if that doesn't look like what inspiration looks like, I don't even know what inspiration looks like. So, here's the thing. I encourage you, and I don't know you, Kimberly, but I kind of know you. We've interacted for some time on the lives, and hey, Ricky Lynn Pittman, hey, everybody. Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to come right back to Kimberly. Cherry B, please hear. I hope you're hearing this. There's some weird thing going on Facebook, and your name comes up as Cherry Billy, Billi. Is that the right profile? Because I blocked it. I was like, that's not, her name is Cherry Bill. But then it had like what looks like legit stuff on it, so I unblocked you and friended you. I don't know if that's right. Just hit me up in the Facebook Messenger, please, oh please. So here's the thing, Kimberly. There's, Goose. I don't know how much you actually work with your animal allies, but I would really encourage you to take it more seriously today than maybe you have ever. Because when you start talking about the interconnection between the crystal that wanted to work through Tracee, through her deck, and you watched me, I turned my face. I had no way. And y'all, there are 300 animals in there. And yes, I am the spirit animal lady. I would bet you a dime to a donut that I know more about more animals in terms of their spiritual meanings, their, just their symbolism, their meanings, maybe than anybody else. Maybe. I don't know that to be true, but I would put myself in the top 5 people on this planet. I would. And then I would do a video show I would do a game show about it. But the odds of all that coming together apparently are 100% because it happened. But geese, ducks, some of the more non-sexy animals, they're overlooked a lot. And people tend to be disappointed when they receive them or when that animal comes to work with them. But if they'll really pay attention and they'll really let those animals into their heart, they'll just sit and they'll ask those animals to come to them, sit and listen to what they have to say, what they're trying to show you, no judgment, get in a place where you have a conversation with them. You can come away with some of the most life-changing messages and plans of action, like, oh my goodness. And so, do it how you want to do it, sister. But I implore you. And the crystal again is what, Tracee?
Fluorite.
So I
do want to say something about fluorite in general right now. There is so much ridiculously amazing fluorite coming out of all different areas all over the globe that is so different and so unique. And so, can I show you a piece? Can I get up and run over to my altar?
Yes, and you guys, thank you so much. We're at 6 backers. Yay! 23% funded. Almost there.
Okay, look at this little bugger. This little bugger right here. I don't know if you can see. Trying to get the light in it.
Looks like a smoky quartz from here, but
it is a deep blue and purple. I wish I had a flashlight, but from my angle, it is deep blue and purple, and then there's some clear in there, and you can see it's the top of the formation of the crystal habit, and it is just amazing, and the vibration is so different than other fluorites at other times. It's really unique, and so there's a lot of really great fluorite to work with out there that you can wear or carry in a bag, or sleep with it under your pillow. It's a great dreaming stone as well to help you focus on working accessing your creativity, that kind of bringing down deeper spiritual truths and being able to metabolize them and communicate them. So
That's
it's a
so
great stone
cool.
for that.
Very cool. All right. Okay. Shove them down your sports bra. Kimberly. I love you. Oh God, I really do. All right, here we go. So we are going to Just Jules. All right, what do we got for Just Jules? You're never late. Never, never, never late. Never, never, never late. And hello from Scotland. Scotland. Yeah. I got to get that accent better. But yeah, all the way from Scotland. You're never late. You're like a wizard in Harry Potter. You're always on time. And for whoever is currently eating mashed potatoes, maybe a baked potato, but mashed potatoes, or is like dreaming of the mashed potatoes they're going to have this evening, this is so bizarre. Stick with me on this though. You've got some crazy good information coming to you, like really within the next week for sure, but probably the next 24 to 48 hours. Whatever this is a mashed potato thing. You guys know, I mean, look at me and my food, right? When my everything in my body fills up with a taste, like the other day it was mac and cheese. I don't know what mashed tater people y'all are doing out there, but I'm telling you now, you've got some great news coming your way. Anyway, okay, here we go. We're going on to Just Jules. What do you got for Tracee?
I love this. This is a relationship quartz. And I when I first learned about twin quartz or twins in general, I was taught that they were relationship quartz for relationships. And that always stuck in my mind. And as I actually learned more about twinning, and how the different types of twins, like there's a karmic twin, there is a Japan law twin. There's a lot of different ways that crystals can twin, and it's all explained in this. If you want to have a deeper explanation in your Crystal Allies, all of that information is there. But this particular stone, this magnificent stone, is a tourmalinated double karmic twin, or soulmate twin, they call it. And it has to do with the way in which we connect with people and the way in which we enable them or they enable us. And so this is addressing the dynamic of your independence, and how independent do you want to be? How independent are you acting? Take an inventory of your sense of independence, and look at the ways in which people's connections to you either support you and lift you up, or whether or not they kind of pull you and anchor you in a particular belief system or ideology or emotional experience. So this is asking you to really take a look at what you're doing in relationships and how they're impacting you and how you are impacting them, because I get a sense that there's a shift that needs to take place that's going to bring you a lot more happiness in the future if you will do that. A lot more freedom and a lot more sense of yourself. So there you go. Relationship twin.
You know, that's really interesting to me, because Tracee, I keep going back to the etymology of the stone. What is the technical name of that stone?
That's funny that you say that. Hold on a second. Let me my brain right now. I have been up since 3 o'clock, and so remembering.
Oh Lord.
Not my.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Let me look it up right here, because there are several different types of twinning that take place.
Carmela Cerconi, or what? Yes, I'm Bernadette King. But last year everybody started calling me Bernadette or Mama Bear, like 2 years ago, and then everybody started calling me Mama Bear. There wasn't anything I could do about it. Honest to goodness, I was like, my name's Bernadette. It didn't matter, so I was just like, okay, just call me Mama Bear.
So this particular twin is a Dauphine twin, or Dauphiné. It's a French name. twin. And that means that, let's see, I had one. Where did I have it? Hold on.
Restless Mermaid, thank you so much. Ooh, Restless Mermaid.
Woo!
Pledge, thank you.
There.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Woohoo. Ooh, 8. We're 29%, almost 30%. All right, you guys, a half an hour to make it to 100%. You can do it. We can do it. Woohoo!
So anytime a crystal has a window, this is an interesting bit. See right there, that window? That shows that there is a beginning of a twin, right? So you see right here, there is a face. The crystal was growing up and it's connected. The bodies are connected, which is the same as the bodies here. The bodies and the base, it's the same base and the bodies are connected. That is a Dauphine twin. And then there is a Brazil twin, and that's when these two faces are facing the same direction. A Dauphine twin means they are facing each other.
That is really interesting.
A Brazil twin is facing each other.
Okay.
And then the Japan law twin, I'll show you this. This is a Japan law twin right here, where it shares the same base, but they're going in opposite directions. This is the Brazil twin. See how they're hugging each other?
I do. And it might seem like we're going off the rails a little bit, but we're really not. Actually, just Jules, we're really working to get you the most in-depth thing we can. But what's so fascinating to me is I kept wanting to go to the beginning of my book. And so instead of, in an animal, you got the direction of east, which of course is an eagle. And east is all about new beginnings. And without going into a whole dissertation about the etymology of the original words that meant east and blah, 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 if you put west with east, it literally means rise and shine. And I cannot get that phrase out of my head. And I can't get I just can't get the whole thing about twins out of my head because I keep seeing the number 2. And so I'm wondering, just Jules, if there's also within anything that you are looking for a message about today, is there a twin sign, a Libra, a Gemini, a Pisces? Is there something going on about twins, zodiac related? And I don't know you well. I know you from the the interactions here, and your energy has always struck me. Your energy has always struck me as a very motivated, real, hey, let's get it done, let's move on kind of person. But for some reason, I feel like the gas in your tank is really low, and you could do really well with yourself to work with, hey, Mama Web, you could do really well to work with yourself with the direction of the east, and then also this twin stone, and that is facing itself. I wonder if that's not part of the message. It's time for you to face yourself and realize, man, this is going to sound so Hay House. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Louise Hay is the one who coined the "you can heal yourself," and there's just something about that you can heal yourself. You can work past whatever this I just feel like when I step in your energy, I just want to go, you know what, I quit. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I just don't. And I get that. Believe me when I tell you, but now's not the time for that. You just can't. So there, I hope that's helpful. Okay. All right. So then we're on to CC Moon. And she is next. Let me check the Kickstarter again. You're 35%, Tracee. 11 backers. Woo! Woo! All right, come on, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it for her.
CC. Let's do this right here. Oh, this is a good one. Interesting. CC got dendritic quartz, or it's also called garden quartz. And all that green that you see there, green, white, is chlorite. They're chlorite, hematite, Sometimes asbestos can be found. Iron are all dendrites. They're minerals that are formed when the crystal is forming. They're included there. And dendritic quartz it's a shaman stone. Nobody ever really talks about that, but it is absolutely one of the spiritual journey. And it really that's what's really lighting up for me, for you right now, Cece, is you are journeying a lot. I also feel like you have a lot of connections to other dimensions, and you might have a few tag-alongs. Sometimes when we connect with other like discarnate people or entities, they connect with us in a particular way and they attach because we have some form of resonance. Nothing to feel fear about, just to recognize that you've connected with an energy that that it's important that you have a deeper understanding of it, of that it's there and how it's there and why it's there. And then offer it the opportunity to be released, which you will do once you have more information. So, yeah, there you go. Dendritic quartz.
Well, listen, I wish I could remember the meaning of every single animal in this book, but there are 300 of them. And when I tell you the research that went into this book, we're talking thousands of hours, thousands.
Yeah.
And in as far as I know, I'm the only one that really believes that fictitious animals, ancient animals, in particular humans, can be spirit animals. But if the theory holds water and something is categorized an animal based on what we know in this world today or think we know, then why can't it be a spirit animal? Why can't there be earth angels and not earth spirit animals? Not a debate I want to get into now, but here's the thing. The point being is, you asked about a love interest, someone from your past life. You feel the connection. It is very interesting. You say that, Cece. I'm so sorry. I didn't see your. Hey, Misty Sky, welcome. I didn't see your question, but when Tracee and I pull and we don't see a question, our intention is that you'll get the answer to what it is that you're wondering about. And for those of you that won't get a target, like a reading that we say your name and hey, this is for you, I'm telling you now, just listen. Have the ears to hear and the eyes. Have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, because you will get the answers to what you want. You wouldn't be on this live stream if not. That's how spirit works, and that's definitely how the spirit animals work with me. And there you have it. And so, all of that said, let me tell you, CC Moon, a Kelpie spirit animal came for you. And it's just about in the middle of the book. And so I feel like you've been working on balance. Cheryl Ann, just, I'm fitting to be Southern up in here. But anyway, all of that said, thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly said she backed your Kickstarter. Let me see.
Yeah, we're almost halfway.
Almost halfway there. Come on, you guys. Thank you so much.
12:38. 20 minutes, people. Come on.
So hey, Jim. So all of that said, there is there's a mysteriousness about Kelpies because they're part horse and part fish. And so I'm just even going to put this right here. The Kelpie spirit animal swims into your life when you want to evolve spiritually or renew your soul. Kelpie comes indicating it's time to prepare for an evolution of the mind or spirit. And in addition, the creature's arrival may act as a sign it's time to explore your innate psychic abilities, especially if you have yet to acknowledge your skills. And when you were talking about, Tracee, about going, you didn't say off-world, but what was it you said? What was the word?
Multidimensional.
Multidimensional. Very nice. And so thank you, Angel Heart. Oh, you guys, please don't make me cry. Today has been an unbelievable, because it's all about me. Just really an unbelievably emotional day. Anyway, there's been a lot of beauty surrounding things that are going on with people around me, and there's been an awful lot of heavy also stuff. And it's important to get these crystals these messages out in the world. And one of those reasons is I have come to the conclusion that I really believe that people could do well by themselves to take more time and build more sacred spaces around their home. And we get so caught up in, well, I'll just put this here, or I'll just put this there. Spiritual people, they, and I'm going to get back to the Kelpie in just a second, CC Moon, but they are some of the most dichotomously opposed people. Either their homes are obsessively clean and organized, or they are bordering on being hoarders. And I understand both sides of the coin. Believe me, I do. But having a sacred space or a couple of sacred spaces in your home is a really awesome thing to have. And, Ryan K. Thomas, you can piss off also. Y'all, I'm trying to get these scammers while I'm trying to stay in the psychic realm, but whatever. So all of that said, why did it do that? So, all right, there we go. So where I'm going with this is the Kelpie is a really powerful mystical animal to connect with, because it does have two animals that it is. And anytime you've got a horse that's in an animal right now, it is so powerful, because it's about the journey. It's about leading the charge. It's about being bold and going places. Horses are deeply, deeply psychic. I had somebody one time say to me, they're just big, dumb animals. I couldn't talk to that person. I couldn't talk to that person ever again. But all of that being said, I would really invite you to consider what Tracee talked about the multidimensional, because I will bet you a dime to a donut that almost every one of you on this feed, on this chat, in coming to this show right now, has felt at least a dozen times in their life where they're like, what just happened? I know I'm here, but I feel like I stepped out of this reality to step in this reality. And that's a big deal, because you're not crazy. I'm not a medical professional, but I don't think you have a tumor. I don't think you've had a stroke. I don't think you're seeing auras. I don't think any of those things. I think that you are naturally traveling multidimensionally. And I'll talk about that a lot on my channel, but I believe animals do it all the time. We could talk for 10 hours about their behavior and how it just makes sense that could be the only way possible that XYZ happened, or you observed XYZ, that kind of thing. So there you go. I hope that was very helpful. And now we are moving on to Cherry B. And thank you, Cherry B. We will move on to you. And you guys, thank you so much for supporting the Kickstarter. Thank you. Yes, it's we're getting there. We're getting there. Sure, we
really are. It's going to be great.
Yep. I'm going to take oh my God, Suzanne Chungmore, how are you?
Thank you.
Oh my God. Fighting Tigers. Girl, I stalk you on Facebook, just so you know. My heart is always with you. Y'all, let me just take a second to introduce. From high school, I went to high school with a gal named Suzanne Chung. And she and her sister Bernadette were the first Asian people, probably in 10 counties. They opened a fabulous restaurant, and they were the kindest girls. And Suzanne is still to this day absolutely one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Smart, hardworking, and she is a cancer dancer. She has been battling cancer for years. She's doing an amazing job with her kids. I look at her and I think, I am the biggest whiny baby that has ever lived. Quit my crying and get with the program, because she's always got her makeup done and her hair is done flawlessly, and she's always at some charity. Honest to God, I mentioned Earth Angels before. I've got goosebumps and I'm going to tear up. That is Suzanne Chungmore. So there you go. Suzanne, I'm glad to see you, honey. After we're finished with, who's the next person? I've already lost.
Cherry B.
Cherry B. Then, Suzanne, stay on. If you're okay with it, I'm going to pull a card for you. I don't know. I mean, I assume if you're on the show, you're okay if I pull a card for you. So that you're not against all the boogity boogity woo woo. So, all right, here we go. Cherry B, what you got?
Okay, so two things. Yay, go team. We just passed 50%. So thank you. Guys, we have 15 more minutes. I know we can do it. Truly, I'm not one of those people. I feel like I exude gratitude because I am always profoundly grateful for, I'm always, I don't know, somewhat surprised and always grateful for whatever I have, whatever comes up, for waking up every day, for the people who support me and the opportunities I get to, like Bernadette and I have so much fun. Like I rarely find people, especially in this industry, who have as much fun as we do. Because a lot of people they're looking for bliss, but not fun. And I'm still in that lower vibration of fun. So there you have it. Anyway, so thank you. And so this is interesting. So Cherry B, the first card that I chose, and while it's not necessarily traditionally used as a reading card, you got the grid Sri Yantra, but it has some really powerful symbolism. So I wanted to address it as well. And then I chose an additional card for you, which is Phantom Quartz. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but you rarely find a quartz crystal. This one is about 7 inches long, and you rarely find one with only one exquisite phantom. And I found that. And so you can see that right here. You can see where another crystal has been created right across the top there. So the two things together. So Sri Yantra has to do with all the different levels, the multidimensional world, and how you choose to access it. So there's an inner matrix of how we resonate with certain things and how we take in certain information because it matches something that we have going on in our own spirit. And then we've got doors to the universe, doors to the ancestors, doors to our inner self, doors to the other beings in the world. So this is asking you to begin to take a look, and this specifically, the Phantom Quartz always has information in it, and it connects you with your own soul information, your own spiritual imprints that you came into life with. So you can call that a spiritual imprint, you can call it a past life, but you're being asked to go back in time and space. There's been something that's been bothering you, and you're looking for the root, not necessarily just the resolution to what's going on, but the root cause of why you participate in this particular way. And I feel like that answer is here for you. Hold on one second. Interesting. So me, America in the 1700s, it might have to do with like Salem and the witch trials. But there's definitely an energy of extreme betrayal, and I feel like you might have been a young child in this lifetime, and maybe a parent was on either side of the story was a betrayal to the person that you were. And I see, horse-drawn carriages, very, very primitive living here in North America. So that is, and the key word I gave to the Phantom Quartz is history, because it does connect us on every different level with the roots that allow us to attract and create the history that we do in this lifetime. So,
see, that's really interesting because you talked about for Cherry B, you talked about multidimensional things again, and here you got
today.
Yeah, right. The kangaroo, which is about quantum leaps, because if you ever seen these puppies, leap, great googly moogly. Plus, their feet are so dang long that it's just it's another indication of what you can be capable of when you do take that leap. The other thing is, they're certainly very maternal. They're marsupials. They've got that pouch. They carry their little ones in the pouch.
Yeah.
Wherever. And I wonder, I'm just going to put this out there. I'm a pretty intense person, and
no.
Shut up, you. So and what you see on camera is literally 1/100th of what I really can, because I can get riled up.
What you bring, girl.
What I can get riled up. And and very little gets to me like people that don't treat children and animals right. I don't come unglued. I purposefully look for the way that I can make that not happen again. And so I just feel like my business is like that. I don't have children like human children, but I do have animals, and I do have a business that I protect at all costs. And the reason that I do that is it is my child, it is my baby. And the reason that it is that is I assume that when people have children, they want to raise them to be the best citizen that they can be and do the best for themselves in the world that they can do. And it's not like I'm out peddling toothbrushes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I have chosen, or what has chosen me to breathe life and do in the world, personally, I think is very important. So when people want to jack with it, I can turn into the worst version of a grizzly bear that you have ever seen in your life. And so there's something about this cherry bee that you have got to there's something that is feeling in the pit of my stomach, like where you would feel pregnancy. I feel that for you, but something you want to create, something that I don't know what it is, but I invite you to step out of because you're a kangaroo, right? We're all every animal. And Catherine Skaggs said it best. You step outside of the animal that you are to be the human that you have signed up to be in this world. That may be the wisest thing I ever heard. So I invite you to work with kangaroo energy to make those quantum leaps, to get what you want, to get where you want, and start to think of whatever this thing is that you want to create, that you want to bring in as your baby, and really focus on the good that it's going to do in this world. And the rest is just smooth sailing, but you got to wrap your head around the kangaroo thing. So I hope that was very helpful. I really hope that was helpful. Okay. So now, if you'd like, Tracee, that would be awesome. But I'm going to pull a card for my friend, Suzanne Chung. She has given me the opportunity to do so. And Suzanne, I am blown away. We haven't spoken in a long time, and I have no idea how much you know about the woo-woo, tarot, spirit animals. I couldn't tell you, but this is a very powerful card, and it's the Magician, which is the Raven card in my deck. Now, what's fascinating to me is everybody looks like an animal to me. It's hours and hours of fun to sit and watch people and go, they look like a this, they look like a that. You look like a raven to me, with your dark, dark eyes, your hair, those features that just look at everything and see everything. But you're so full of mirth. You're so full of fun and laughter, regardless of what it is that you have had happen in this lifetime, that you have happening in this lifetime. And you're always up into doing something. You're so curious about everything. Well, the Magician it's that card that does exactly that. It brings the magic. He's a very powerful guy. And the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is what my deck is based on, the archetypal image of that is him standing there with a wand pointed up to the sky, and he's got this interesting diagonal angle that he draws down the energy. And so I just feel like, how do I put this? I just feel like you're more magic than you know. And that doesn't have anything to do with you're stronger than you know. It's a literal magic. And that by knowing that about yourself, because you are always I see it on Facebook, you're always the first person to talk thanks to someone else, give thanks to someone else, be grateful to someone else, that I don't know that everybody bear with me. I'm telling you now, this is a message for everybody. This is not a message for Tracee. She and I talked about this, and she's really good at this. I'm learning from her. I don't ever celebrate the wins. So my book just won a Nautilus Award thanks to Tracee. She told me about these awards. I didn't even know about them. I entered. Poof, we won. It's a big deal. A really big deal. And when I say won, we got a silver award. And in the categories, there's like 2 golds and 3 silvers. A lot of people enter this contest. A lot.
Yeah, it's huge. Big deal.
Yeah, it's a really big deal. So even to be chosen for any kind of award is like wowzers. But my sister, who did the book design and who does all my design work and whatever, she's like me. She doesn't celebrate the wins. But I turned around to her this time. I said, let me tell you something. We are going to choose a restaurant, a really upscale, yummy, delicious, nice something somewhere near us. I'm going to order a really awesome, couple bottles of champagne. We're going to stay overnight. We're going to do it upright. And we are going to do nothing but sing, "We are the champions." And we're going to celebrate us. Well, it took a while to convince her to do that. But it took me a while to say, we're going to do that. And by gosh, we're going to do that. Suzanne, this is a message for you. You have so many wins in your life. And you win so much for other people. I really hope that you'll take the time to celebrate you, to honest to goodness, plan something for yourself and orchestrate it for yourself and give yourself a bunch of big pats on the back, because honestly, you truly are magic. The power that you carry in from previous lifetimes, I don't even know, but I hope that's helpful. And I hope that's helpful for everybody about winning for yourself and celebrating for yourself. And I hope that's helpful. Okay. So
I chose a card for her.
Okay, for Suzanne.
And it's very similar. It's the Caribbean calcite, and it's the key word is offerings. But what's interesting, what's kind of coming up here, what is there's something is there's feedback. I wonder where that feedback is coming from.
I don't hear it.
Okay, perfect. So this is asking you, it's talking about a situation that you have in your mind that is not quite settled with you. And it's at Caribbean calcite. As you can see, it's a really fantastic stone. Has nothing to do with the Caribbean, but it definitely looks like water, layers of deep blue water and dark brown stone and white sand. It's a beautifully layered stone, and it resonates with a powerful level of peace and content. And content means you're at peace with what you have and where you're at. Doesn't mean you're not going to go further. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have to still reconcile the past, but it's asking you to create a sacred space, like literally go into the space of that Caribbean calcite, and find resolution. Choose resolution with the things that are causing you anxiety right now. When you go into that sacred space of that sense of peace and content, what you need to create resolution, or what obstacles from your past you need to remove or find forgiveness, whatever needs to happen, you can create it in that place of peace. And it's the same when you're looking to expand your horizon. So whatever it is that you are seeking, and I feel like there's something that you're seeking right now for yourself, whatever, take it into that sacred space and imagine yourself even within the stone of the Caribbean calcite. Imagine you're just in the waves, sitting on a dark brown layer of that stone, and imagine, visualize yourself having that thing that you want, and finding acceptance and peace right now in the moment. And that's going to reverberate out and give you opportunity to pull in whatever it is that you need to take you to that next level. There you go.
Cool. Okay. All right. So also, Sheena Smith was your first pledge. And
Yes.
she asked for a flip of the cards, and I didn't see any. It's not my game today, but I hope you'll be okay. I didn't feel it would be, such a terrible thing to flip some cards for her. And
absolutely,
if it's okay, I've got one here that I think, it's really interesting to me. Oh, hey, Ma Web. Oh, wait, Ma, didn't you donate? Shoot. Oh, you pledged the Kickstarter. Thank you so much. And by the way, Carmela, I did just see your message. I am very sorry for your loss. Truly, I am. And I'm not doing any mediumship today, but if you will catch me on other lives, it's possible. If you're interested, I can't promise that your daughter, because your daughter's name you have said is also Bernadette. I cannot promise that she'll come to me. I'm sorry. 1 second, Sheena. Carmela, could you please in the chat? I said I can't promise she'll come to me, but would you? Oh, you're very welcome, Adriana. Would you kindly tell me? I keep seeing one of those candy necklaces. Now that sounds very general and very broad, but it is the very first time anything like that has ever come through to me in a reading, ever. And I just keep seeing candy, and I see like almost one of those old-fashioned sweaters that have little cute, just super cute buttons in them that look like those little candy hearts. And all I can hear is the song, I want candy. Dun, 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 dun. I want candy. And again, I'm being told to go back to the candy necklace. So if there's something special, not like, oh, I bought them for her once or twice, or oh, she liked, there's got to be some kind of real thing about
that
candy.
Feels like childhood too,
right? About candy necklaces.
I don't know that they make those necklaces anymore of candy like they used to for us. I've not seen them.
Yeah, I don't know. Cheryl Tigrarian, you better not be calling me Bernie, girl. I'm going to drive over to St. Augustine and get you. Bernie is a Jewish boy at a bar mitzvah. So I just, if there's something super significant about a candy necklace or one of those sweaters that have those super cute little buttons just all over them, but they were candy, or that something about candy, she loved to wear them. Oh, the candy necklaces, Carmela? She loved to wear the candy necklaces? Oh, Lordy. Okay. Carmela, stick around. I might be doing mediumship today. Because, okay, here's what's happening. Sheena, I'm still in your flow. Tracy's still in your flow. Yep. Carmela, I've invited. Oh, that's interesting. Cheryl Tigrarian. Okay, so Carmela, stick around. I will stay in contact with your Bernadette. She's already reached out with the candy necklaces. Let me get let me get through this, and then I will get to her and see what other kinds of messages I can get. Okay, Sheena.
Okay.
This.
You want me to go? You want me to go?
If it's okay, I'm going to go.
Sure.
Because this is okay. Yep. So for those of you that are not familiar with my deck, and this, I promise you, this is not a hawk for the deck. This here we go. This Jaguar is the cover of the art. Now that's not random. That is because she's largely considered a shaman's animal, but I have my own opinions about shamanism and how we think of it today, and there's only this many animals associated in that, whatever. But at the end of the day, a jaguar is truly a mysterious, powerful, just amazing animal, and it's hard to argue with an image like that when you are looking through literally hundreds of thousands of photos and talking to the animals. Who wants to be the front of the deck? Who wants to be this? Who wants to be that? So she is the Queen of Swords. And Sheena, I assume if you're on my show and Tracee's here, I assume that you want to get real messages. And here is what I will tell you that this card is telling you. Pardon me, forgive me, but these are exactly the words that I'm hearing. And if you don't know me, I don't censor. I have a problem with censorship. I have a big problem with censorship. I may not agree with what you have to say, but in my estimation, in this country, you have the right to say it. Unless, of course, you mean to harm somebody or yourself, like you get it, right? And then you still have the right to say it, but, make sure there's help around. But the point being is that I keep hearing, get your head out of your butt, because you are this person. You are this animal, you are this queen, and you are limping along and limping along and limping along. And it's not supposed to be that way. And forgive me, but all I can hear is that pop, and your head comes out of your butt. And all of a sudden, all of your troubles are gone. You are a queen. You are a queen of swords. You've got jaguar energy behind you. And there's something very front and center about you if you would allow it. I'm not saying you have to be the life of the party, and I'm not saying you have to be, a superstar or whatever, but you, in your world, you've got some big things that you are supposed to be accomplishing. I hope that's helpful. Okay, Tracee, you want to take Sheena from there?
I do.
Okay, excellent.
So the card that I chose is your ally Smoky Cathedral Quartz. And it's a very powerful stone. This is it. You can see that. And interesting, it's also called a Smoky Cathedral Library. And both of those images connect you with the wisdom that you came into life with. You came into life with some wisdom that through your trials and tribulations, that wisdom awakens. And as you begin to allow it to dominantly move through you, it changes your thoughts, your beliefs, and then your actions and reactions to your life. And so they're asking you to recognize, take some leadership here in terms of recognizing who you are. And don't worry about other people right now. It's not about them. It's about you. It's about where you're at, what you need, and what you need to give to yourself first. But there is a definitive connection for you with the ancestors and with your spirit guides. You definitely have a whole crew of spirit guides that are really trying to connect with you in a new way. So I feel like there's been a huge transition, and that transition has awakened this whole new side of you that you're not as familiar with, or this a new. It's like you have sometimes when we make a big transition in life, we get a new spirit guide that has a different resonance as ones we have worked with in the past. And so you have this new spirit guide who's working to connect with you. So I want you to take it real quick, just take a minute, take a deep breath. And I want you to tune into your body and let that spirit guide get your attention with a psychokinetic pull. So let them, tingly top of your head or your ear or the back of your neck. But someplace, let it connect to your body in some place, and know that is your guide connecting with you. Did you get it? Did you feel it? I can't see the comments here, but maybe Bernadette can. But now is the time that every time you feel that feeling, that's them communicating with you. And so you want to take in that new information and their new perspective. They're giving it to you probably clairvoyantly and clairaudiently, which means you're seeing it in picture form. So there you go. You are more than halfway there, or actually you're already over the hump, but you've entered into this new realm, which might feel like a plateau for you, but it really is just a new leveled out beginning for you to really express yourself and expand. So There we go. That's my dog. It wants me to let him out, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, Carmela, I'm assuming you're still here. Sheena, I don't know if she meant if it was a man. I don't know if you mean, is it a man coming your way? Is it a guide? You can ask her that in a minute. But while she's taking her dog out, I am going to focus in on Carmela and the messages that I believe. I want to confirm a couple more things. I believe that I'm getting from her daughter Bernadette. And let me preface this for those of you who don't know me. I got my start being what's called an evidential medium, and that means that I'm not going to tell you things like your angels are all around you and Bernadette is standing right behind you and sending you so much love and so much support. All of those things are true. You don't need a psychic or a medium to tell you that. Those are just true. They're givens. But what's up with the candy necklaces? How could I possibly know that? And now I'm gonna ask you to confirm, Carmela, a couple of other things so I can be 1,000% sure that I'm in Bernadette's energy and she's in mine. I am not laughing at you, Carmela. I am not. But I feel like Bernadette had a wicked sense of humor and was a jokester and just really didn't. She just was able to let things roll off her back, or so it seemed. She could turn everything into something funny. Does this make sense to you, Carmela? Does this make sense to you about Bernadette? So type it in the chat and I'm going to keep yes. Okay. That's a yes. Okay. So I'm not laughing at you, but she has decided we're going to be buds. And she is filling me with just delicious. I want to bubble up and I want to giggle with her. And I'm not going to apologize for it, but I'm just saying. Okay. All right. So also, I feel like my chest is caving in. My chest is caving in. It's hard for me to breathe. I've got tightness in my chest. So did she have a chest-related issue, or are you battling a chest-related issue? What's up with the chest thing? Because it is no joke. Okay, Tracee, I don't know if you can remember back, but Sheena that you just did the reading with, she wants to know if the guide is a man. Yes, it does. Okay, so the chest thing makes sense to you. So Cheryl, I appreciate that you are trying to help. Let's keep my client on my channel focused on one person at a time, so we can keep the flow of her flow and her daughter's flow going one place. Okay, it was her heart. Okay, that's why. And then, as a side note, Cheryl Tigrarian, if you don't get to doing your this is proof positive why I'm harping on you all the time to get to your readings. But back off for a little bit if you would please. Just a minute. Okay, so that makes sense. All right, so there are what I call my 3 pieces of evidence. And I know that I'm connected with Bernadette and I'm connected with you, Carmela. So here is something that I want to tell you that is one of the reasons you're here now. I think I remember your name from another live last week or maybe a while ago. And the reason I would remember it is my ex-husband's name is Carmelo, and your name is Carmela, and your daughter's name is Bernadette. See the connection? So I wouldn't have known that connection today, but when I see somebody named Carmelo or Carmela, it reminds me of my ex-husband, who is absolutely the kindest, gentlest. I can't say enough good things about him. Why are we divorced? That's a long story. But he's a good man and a good person. And so I'm just going to put it, I just am going to put it to you what I am hearing. And I'm because Bernadette was very to the point. She didn't have time for nonsense. She didn't like nonsense. She just wanted people to cut to the chase, and she cut to the chase. I believe this is correct. And so here's what the story is. You will find this absolutely bizarre, but I wonder if you know that you're being called to be a reader. Now, that's not something that I get a message for very often, because 98% of the people that come to these shows secretly want to be a reader, or are interested in it, but don't have the courage, or they're not at that place in their life yet. Or, I mean, there are like a million reasons people don't step out. But not just a reader, you're a really good medium. You are so tapped in to spirit, it's nuts. And synchronicity is something that you are, it's an everyday thing for you. So like this Carmela connection, it's not about me, but what are the odds that your name is Carmela and my ex-husband's name is Carmelo? There's a synchronicity there that could use some more exploring. It just at some point could use some more exploration. But really, at the end of the day, I would tell you that not to sell my ex-husband out, or that ex-husband, but I told y'all I was intense. But what I'm saying is, he is a person who has never really known what he wanted to do in life. Hardworking, gets a job, keeps it for forever, shines, does great, has a retirement from 2 different companies already, and is now working for a third to have a retirement from that company. And, just a, toe the line kind of guy. But if you asked him, has he been passionate about what he's done all of these years? No. It was just to make the money and to do the best financially that he believed that he could do, or thought he could do, or whatever at the time. Now is not the time for that in your life. Now is the time for you to know that you have a deep connection to spirit, a tapped open pipeline that not a lot of people have. Here's what I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you you're more gifted than someone else. I'm not telling you you're this, you're that, better than someone else. What I am telling you is that you are more open. And that's that. And what you do with that information, I don't know. But even if you just did something one little bit a week, you learned psychic mediumship and you just did it a little bit a week, every now and again, just to keep your foot in it. I feel like one day, if you would open up, you could allow yourself to help people the way that I hope that I am helping people, or that they do tell me I help them. And that is my joy in life. Selfishly, it is my passion, it is my joy, but I'm okay with that. So, darling, I sincerely, Carmela, I am sorry for your loss, and I will tell you that if you would allow her, Bernadette would bring a lot more laughter into your life. And I know you feel guilty. You feel a little bit angry and a little bit guilty, because I think that you have come to a place where you believe that we come and go from this place and other places at our own will. It's not chaos. It's not just circumstance. And you are truly pissed at her that she left. And so it feels weird to laugh with her. And she's sorry that you were angry, but you'll know eventually. I'm only in this business because my mom was treated based on a completely different person's medical chart and induced a heart attack, and it killed her. And that's the only reason I'm in this business, or I do what I do. It's the only reason. It spun me off into a world and a place I didn't even know could exist, and here we are 30 years later, and I'm talking about candy necklaces to a lady I don't know. So an absolute big hug. We were going to do an hour, and we have passed that. I personally have to go, but I really hope this was helpful to everybody. Tracee, we almost got there for you. We did do half at the half.
Yeah, we more than half.
But that's good because for those
It
of you,
is.
yeah, she was only 42. So you guys, please check out. Let me put the link in here. Please check out Tracee's Kickstarter. Thank you so very much for your support. If you will look to next week, I will be on a lot more. You're very welcome, Carmela. I will be on a lot more. My the health things that I've been dealing with, or some of them are clearing up, some of them are not. I'm forewarning everybody right now. I might have to have a third hip surgery at the end of this
Good
month.
God.
Yeah, I know, on the same friggin' hip, and I would be out of commission for about a week. But you're very welcome, Suzanne, but I will get with the program and get junk. I'll get junk for y'all to watch while I'm laid up in a hospital again. And maybe, who knows what'll go on this time. Love you, Suzanne. I absolutely do. Just such fond memories of you. And I bow to you every time I see you on Facebook. I'm reminded what a big whiny baby I am. So I'm going to do better. I am. Oh, shoot. Emily Ackerson, I know you donated. Emily, please hit me up on Facebook. I got to go. I will pull a card for you personally. So we'll do that. And I hope that'll be okay. So
I just want to make one quick little announcement. If people want to follow me on Facebook, Tracee Dunblazer Spiritual Empath, or YouTube at Go Tracee, which is Tracee. I don't normally do these lives, but I am for the 30 days of this Kickstarter endeavor. I'm going to be doing readings for about 30 minutes a day. And so if you just keep an eye out, if you sign up on either of those places, it'll let you know when I can do it and when I'm going to be there, and you can jump on. I am not nearly as proficient at the technological part and being able to pay attention to read and the comments, which is a whole situation. But I am going to be there and talking to you a little bit every day. So join me.
I love it.
Thank you so much, Bernadette.
Thank you. Oh, my pleasure. And we are wishing you we're choosing you the best of luck, but I know you'll meet your goal. Because you're already 50% there within the first hour and a half or whatever, 55% or something. So that'll be good. And we'll just keep, we will just keep doing it. Hey, Don, I didn't get to say hey to you. When I get in mediumship mode, I don't see or hear much. I just want to remind you, potato people, you mashed tater people, that do the mashed potato. You got some good news coming your way, and I want to know about it. So that's it. I love you guys very much. What do we always end with? Hold on. I got to get them on.
Oh, the bear paws.
I know. Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.